guys, good morning. Hope everyone's doing great. And welcome to my first motovlog. So that's my friend Akshay, which is going on there on a Himalayan BS4. And I am riding the Himalayan BS6 gravel grey color, which I just recently bought. So, so this is one of my first rides. This is my first long ride actually. Uh, Basically, I have just taken this bike for work. Other than that, I have not taken it for long rides, but this is my first long ride. Uh, so as you can see, I'm not revving the engine too hard or I'm not going to higher speeds because it's not yet due for its first service. And as you all know, we must first drive or ride the bike smoothly before the engine break in. So I'm keeping the speeds up to maximum 80 kilometers per hour and the RPMs, I'm not letting the RPMs cross more than 4,000. Uh, so that's a like a disadvantage before the engine break-in. Rather, it's sad to ride a 400 cc machine at such a lower speed on such a good highway. And as you all know, due to the coronavirus outbreak, the streets are much emptier than it used to be, and that's what is keeping us going on this beautiful highway. Uh, so as you can see, I'm the fifth gear, and so 80 is my speed limit, as you can all see before the first break-in that can happen. And I'm pretty jealous of my friend there riding because he's got the BS4 version. He's already clocked his kilometers, and he can just ride as much as ever, or ride it harder as much as ever he wants. Also, so So the difference between the BS6 and BS4 version, as you can see, the latest color that I've got is the gravel gray. The engine is more refined and the brakes are also much better. I've previously ridden the BS4 version, that is my friend's bike, to up to like 120 or 150 kilometers. And so he's got a performance exhaust, an aftermarket exhaust on his bike, which is a Red Rooster exhaust. And so that bike is pretty neat, pretty good, and it's fun to ride. But my bike here, the BS6 version, is pretty much stock as it's just been 1 or 2 weeks since I've bought it. So basically, we just planned this ride to just clock the kilometers because the first service, we have to make the first service due, and so like quickly we have to just give this bike for servicing, which is the first servicing, the most important one, and then I can push the bike a little harder and see the actual result which this bike gets. So you can cruise on this bike easily at 100 kilometers per hour, and it's very much comfortable. The stance, the ergonomics of this bikes are very good. It's very comfortable to ride for long distances as it is a beginner adventure tourer. But even being a beginner bike, it's really great as compared to other bikes, and you can just clock 500 to 600 kilometers easily on this bike. The reason I chose this bike is because it's very comfortable and the love for my brand Royal Enfield too. But most importantly, it's like a dual purpose bike which I can take for commute and as well as long rides, and it's very comfortable. And I have uh, I've read reviews of this bike and I have got few people complaining about like you can't take this to work or you can't take it into the city. It's too huge or something, but I've ridden it. So 99% of whatever kilometers I've clocked is in the city and back and forth from work. So that's basically it basically proves that this bike is perfect for city riding as well. It's very smooth, it's very refined. The two problems which I faced on this bike is the wind blast that I get on this bike. At even at 80, the wind blast is like pretty much high and it's hitting my face because of the windshield. Such problems are encountered on the previous version as well, the PS4 version. So I'm planning to change the windshield to a much little higher windshield, which I might have seen in some videos, and The other problem are the mirrors. So I don't know, it's very subjective, but I found the mirrors to be very a big disadvantage to Royal Enfield Himalayan, and I'm most probably going to replace it most probably after the first service. Also, the bike is pretty much stock, as I had said earlier, and it has no additions or something. So I have to have a certain protection. Uh, I have to add on certain protection for this bike, such as the leg guard or the engine guard, whatever you call it. Also, some protection for the rear master cylinder, which I have to get. Uh, so before planning any long ride, which is like 500 to 600 kilometers, where I'll be needing some panniers or some luggage system, I'm planning to do few 100 to 200 kilometer rides before that, and hope you'll get to see that as well. I'm just enjoying this this Magma bike which I've got, and it's really amazing. Royal Enfield has done a pretty great job on this bike. So even at 80, I can sense like no vibrations at all because the engine, the BS6 version or the BS6 upgrade is so refined and so neat that it doesn't have any vibrations as compared to the other variants or the other variants of the Royal Enfield except the 650 twins. At higher speeds, you usually tend to get vibrations on that bikes. But this is a pretty neat version of or one of the nicer bikes of Royal Enfield, and it's just awesome. So here we go again, and into the first gear, and here we go. So so this ride we had planned to basically on the Vasai highway, which is just nearby to Mumbai, and so whoever lives in the Mumbai knows about this highway. It's basically the Surat highway, Ahmedabad highway, and it's pretty neat. It's pretty good. So you can ride your sports bike or naked bike here as well. You don't need a big ADV to come here. And but sure, there are quite few bumpy patches, but overall the road is pretty great. So talking about the specs of this bike, it is very same to the previous version, which is a BS4 version. It produces same amount of torque, which is 32 Newton meters of torque, and it produces the same amount of power, which is 24 bhp. It was rumored to be having less power because of the BS6 upgrade, but it still remains the same. I think with such a big engine, which is a 411cc engine, 24 horsepower is comparatively less as compared to other bikes. But still, it's an enjoyable bike. Uh, Again, as my friend was waiting for me because he's just heading out straight into the highway with higher speeds. With his BS4 is clocking more than 100 kilometers per hour, but as to my disgrace, I can't go above 80. I'm just keeping my speed below 80, because this is the first bike. Here he goes again. This is the first bike that I've owned that I'm owning currently, and I don't want to take any chances before the first break-in or the first service break-in. And here I stand. Now it's becoming quite boring to ride at or to keep the speed at a constant level, but just accelerate or decelerate between 60 to 80. And I'm just keeping my gears higher because there is no traffic. There are no gear changes which I can make, but still, like it's pretty much boring to not ride it too harder on such a beautiful highway that we are on. But still, so the gears that I'm currently using is so the riding jacket that I've been using is the Royal Enfield jacket, and the riding gloves are too from Royal Enfield. So the helmet that I'm using is the Vega Riker helmet, which has like the inbuilt glasses and it's very cheap. It's like 1800 to 2000 rupees or something, which I bought for I don't remember exactly, but surely I'm planning to buy a much more expensive helmet uh, in future. Most probably will go for an AGV helmet because they are the best, I think, according to me. Also, riding gears which I own currently, the Royal Enfield ones, I think they are far better. They are like better and can work with them, so there's no need. So, other additions that I want to make in my riding accessories, the most important one is the riding boots because I don't currently own any, but surely I will definitely one day, sooner or later, will make the addition of riding boots because it's far more comfortable to ride in boots than regular shoes. So, guys, this is my first try of like moto vlogging actually, and it's actually quite fun talking to yourself on a bike because so that's currently since 1 year has been my favorite thing to ride a motorcycle. I've been learning, I've been not just learning how to ride a bike, but to exactly master your bike and also to know insides of the bike and what keeps the engine going, what are the tricks and tips, and how you can maintain your motorcycles and all that. So, if you have any tips or recommendations, you can leave that in the comment. If you have any additions or if you have any recommendations from a new bike or any new adjustments or any performance upgrades that I can make for my Himalayan BS6 version, you can also leave that in the comment. And also, if you like this vlog or if you like this moto vlog, please do subscribe to my channel, like the video, and just hit the bell icon for more such moto vlogs. I hope you like this vlog, and I hope that you'll be waiting for more to come. Now 80% of my work is done because I've got the bike, and so 20% of my work is just to go on rides and record and share it with you guys on YouTube. So I hope you support my journey in this. Thank you for watching and hope to see you soon again with a new video.